Hi, my name's Tom, and I was given a little multi-tool here, multi-tool axe shovel everything kit to kind of demonstrate and review here. And very first thing right up the top, I'm very impressed at how small this thing is. Here's my hand. It's no bigger than my hand. It's a nice little pack, but it probably has about 10, even 12 different tools in here, depending upon how you use them. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up, and we're going to go ahead and see how the whole thing works. First, let's talk about the case. The case actually is a nice fabric case, kind of polyester. It does have a handle just for carrying. It also has a shoulder strap, which you can fit and adjust. It does carry either over the side or the back. And the best thing part about all of this stuff, it's less than 5 pounds. It's amazing. So if I was camping or if I was working outside and wanted to carry this around, it would be almost no weight at all. Now let's go ahead and take a look at what's inside this thing and go through all the tools. So here's the pack again. Let's go ahead and open it up. It does actually zipper on 3 sides. So one side is the bottom that has no zipper, and then the zipper goes across the top and sides. So we're going to unzip it. We're going to open it up, and here we go. So you can see this is the silver version. And I have a lot of cool features in here. First feature we're going to pull out here, it's kind of hidden away in this little pocket. This is the axe head. And it comes with this cover, which is, again, really nice. I like covers on things. I like cases on things. It keeps things in good condition. And there you go. Nice wolf on there. That is really cool looking on both sides. The blade is very sharp. It's been oiled. I have not used it yet. We'll go ahead and give it a quick test. But look at that. That looks really pretty cool. Okay, so we have an axe head. Put that down there. We've got a little blade here. This has a couple things on it. It actually has a little blade on one side, like a little razor on one side. It has some almost like a little wrenching features here, a little bottle opener on this side. Over here is for scaling fish, and we'll go ahead and just play around with that. But this has a screw on it as well. It will mount into the pole, so that's kind of nice. And you can also see this blade is black. It goes all the way through. It's not just glued on. It's actually a quality piece that goes all the way through. So there we go. And let's see what else we have here. Oh, wrong side. Here we go. This is an icebreaker, kind of a pick, kind of an arrow. It is not sharp, but it is thick. It would be good for breaking ice. It would also be good for actually stabbing things, kind of piercing things if you need to go ahead and do that. This is, again, steel. It's nice and strong, and it's also solid all the way through. This is your little flint. There we go. You get a little flint for sparking. Okay. One of our handles. This is one of our handles here. This is one of the 3 shafts here. You actually get 2 extra shafts in the shaft on a shovel, but at the end of the shaft is a window breaker here. This is actually tungsten steel, and this opens up to reveal your steel rod. Your steel rod goes with your flint, and you can actually spark. I'm doing a little bit of spark there. Hard to see in the sun, but it does spark just fine. Put that down. Okay, this actually has a nice little rubber gasket on it to kind of keep moisture out. Let's put that back on there for now. The other nice thing is this has a hole in here for a lanyard. I don't have anything there, but if you wanted to go ahead and put a lanyard through or some rope there, you can hang it up. That's fine. You can do that. So that's one. What else we got here? Okay, we have another shaft, and this will actually go right onto here like this. They screw together very nice. It's heavy duty stuff. There's a nice rubber gasket in there again to make sure it doesn't like bend, and it just fits nice and tight. It's a good, solid pull. And then we have the shovel itself, the shovel head itself. Here we go. And the shovel head actually includes several tools on it. Here is the shovel head. So a couple things you can do. I don't know if you can see it in the sunlight. There is a ruler along here. There is a saw blade along here. This is a bottle opener as well. This is actually also a sharp blade. That could also be kind of a razor for cutting things. That can also is a rounded razor for cutting things. Obviously, it is a shovel, and it is reverse threaded, so it can be tightened up. And there we go. There's shovel mode, and you can also, let me go ahead and pull it back down. It can also be set to be, whoops, again, reverse threaded. I keep forgetting that. So you can also set it up to be for digging trenches or for hoe. And there we go. And again, the whole thing fits together like this. Everything fits together really well. There are rubber gaskets between all the pieces. That's very nice. Really a pretty nice set overall. And there's one more piece I actually totally forgot about. This is again the bottom of the one of the extensions, and this is the icebreaker or the window breaker here. So again, this is the steel for go ahead and making your flint and steel. But watch this. When I pull this out, hidden away in there is a little whistle. Totally forgot about that, and it does work. I'm going to go ahead and blow it. There we go. So here are all the tools you actually get with it. You get an axe blade, you get a cutting blade, a saw blade, icebreaker, kind of a poker. You get a shovel with, again, blades, another blade, some hex wrench holes, some more blades, shovel and or trench digger. You get 2 extensions, which are exactly the same. You can use 1 or 2 if you wish to. You get a little piece of flint. You get a steel pole as well as a whistle. And you go ahead and get like a window breaker there with a little tungsten end. And again, you can kind of configure them and put them together however you wish. Let's go ahead and give a couple things a try. Here's the whistle. Works well. I'm only blowing a little bit because I don't want to scare the neighbors. Here again is the shovel. I have the entire extension on here. It's plenty long to work with. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a quick shot. And it works really well. It's nice and sharp, actually. Even this blade is a good blade. Now, my ground is not frozen right now. It's nice and soft, but it can dig out pretty well. Cuts through grass, cuts through weeds, no problem at all. I don't have a whole lot of grass here, but it does cut pretty well. And again, if you want to turn it into a trenching tool or a hoe, just loosen it. There we go. It does hold pretty tight, but now it's perfect for making a trench. There's an earthworm. That actually works really, really well. I don't have a great example of a tree to actually cut down right now because it's still kind of winter where I live, but I have a old pine branch that's been sitting here. This is still fairly fresh, still a little bit green. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of give it a shot. I'm going to have to hold it in place. And that's actually working fairly well for me having to hold that branch. You can see how I can chop. This is probably about what, 2-inch branch, and I'm almost through it. If I can actually hit it, and you can see where I've been chopping. The blade is very, very sharp. I've actually come close to hurting myself a few times on the blade already, but you can kind of get a quick idea of how well that works. And that's right out of the box. You will have to sharpen it eventually, but it's actually pretty nice. The back does have a head on the back here. This is not sharpened, but you can kind of use it to kind of pick at things or break apart stuff, even probably break apart ice if you wish. That's actually pretty good for that. So there you go. Chops really well. Let's talk about this little blade now. This little blade has 2 things on it. It has kind of a fish scaler on one side and it has kind of a razor blade on the other. I don't have a real fish, but here you go. Scaling fish. Okay, it looks like it would work. Scaling a fish is not a difficult task, but it does seem to have a little bit of a push to it. Also on the shovel blade is another blade that's supposed to be for cutting wood. You can actually go back and forth. We'll play around with that a little bit, but that could also be used in a pinch. This is a razor. Again, depending upon what you're doing, you could scale fish with this. If you're good at this, you can also cut things with this. We're going to watch this cut a rope now. So here's a little piece of simple nylon rope. This is the kind of rope you might find on a camping site. It's thin, but it's here. And then I'm just going to use my razor, just like that, nice and sharp. It's actually, again, it's a very nice little blade, and that's actually handy. And I still have it on the big handle here. I could always go ahead and cut it down to a half a handle and just have a small one. That's fine, but it works really well. Now with the shovel, one of the features I actually really like about this is these little hex things here, and I have a hex bolt here. Let's just see if it works. I don't think it's that one. I think it's this one probably. Yep, it does. And then I can hold it, and I can loosen or tighten with this. That's actually really, really handy just to kind of be able to have that around. And this has 3 common sizes. I'm not sure what the sizes are right off the top of my head, but that's actually pretty handy. Okay, so here's the shovel again. It's got a sharp blade on the side. Got my hex things. I also have a saw blade over here. I'm going to go ahead and give us a shot on this branch here. Let's see how this works. I'm just going to go straight down at it. Try to stay out of my own sun. There we go. And you can see it's a little hard because the stick is not steady. but as you can see, it does cut pretty well. Nice sharp blade, a serrated edge, got some teeth. It's a nice quick cut. And again, the branch was not steady, but that works pretty well too. I like it. Okay, so I've been playing with this for about an hour now, running around my house, kind of doing little landscaping projects, cutting up little twigs, digging little trenches. I don't really have a whole lot of real projects to do right now, but I will definitely be using this in the spring. So let's kind of talk about who this is for and what this is, what it excels at. So first of all, it's a great little gift set if you're looking for something for Father's Day or birthday. If you have someone who's outdoors or likes to work outdoors, this is great. Again, it's got a lot of little tools. It's got a wow factor to it. It looks really good. Again, this is the silver version. There's a black version as well. The axe looks great, and everything works as it's supposed to work. I mean, it's all good stuff. If you're a camper, and I was an Eagle Scout, and I used to go camping every month for years at a time. I haven't been camping in quite some time, but this would have been a lifesaver for me as a kid, kind of digging through stuff, cutting stuff, chopping stuff, wanting to have all my tools in one spot, wanting to be able to go ahead and put it together, take it apart. It's light enough to fit into your pouch, or your camping bag. It does have that little case that fits over your shoulder. You can carry it. It's nice. You could also put it into your own bag. That's fine. There are lots of cool pieces with this and lots of cool features. Now, I'm not a camper anymore, but I am a home improvement guy. I like to work around the house. I like to work on landscaping. I'm going to use this a lot. I'm going to use the shovel for all sorts of little trench digging. I can already see that happening. I will probably use the hex thing from time to time when I want to loosen up something on the deck or play around with something and just kind of move things around. I like the fact that it's small. I like the fact that it fits into a bag and I can go ahead and just put it in my garage or my shed and I can just have it ready to go. I really actually like the axe. That works really well, and I have needed an axe for more than once around that place, just to kind of cut off a couple branches, to kind of go ahead and chop down some small saplings or some trees, kind of just clear out even brush. This could work wonders. Uh, these little blades are actually really nice to have as well. I don't walk around the house carrying a knife, but having a little pouch that I can just reach into, grab this, screw it onto an end, and I have a knife instantly with me, that's actually very handy as well. Will I scale many fish in my backyard? Probably not, but I will go ahead and I use the shovel a lot. I'll use the trench digger a lot. Real quick, the little flint and steel, you can definitely go ahead and start a fire with that. Everything here is wet. It's been raining for 3 days, so I wasn't able to get anything going, but I also don't have any dry kindling. I don't have any lint. I don't have any dry leaves. I have nothing to start it with, so I didn't bother. But it did go ahead and spark fairly well. It's not the best sparker in the world, but it does work in a pinch, and it would be good fine for camping. It's absolutely fine for camping. So overall, this kit is great. It's a beautiful looking kit. It seems really tough. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. This stuff is pretty heavy duty. You could really hurt somebody with this. These are all heavy duty parts. Everything here is nice and tight. It actually works really well. It's undoes where it's supposed to undo. There are gaskets that tighten things up where they're supposed to be tightened up. It does come apart really quickly. It fits together really quickly. And again, it's lightweight. It's portable. It's very, very good. I would highly recommend this. Again, as a gift would be it's a big wow factor with this as a gift, but also for home improvement, for camping. You know somebody who does all these stuff. This is kind of a no-brainer. It's a whole bunch of gifts. It's like 10 gifts in one, and it really makes people say, wow, this is great. So yeah, I highly recommend it, and I'm going to use it around my house all the time.